getting involved in the legislature in North Dakota is really easy. It's one of the most accessible processes in the nation, actually, because any citizen can come and participate in the process and actually speak at a hearing. So all you have to do is you can find out who your legislators are very easily on the state website, and you just have to know what district you live in, and you can work through those legislators. You can call them, email them, or you can just show up at the Capitol and find them there. There's a resource area to go to, and you can ask for help at the resource area, and they'll walk you probably right over to the member, or you can look on the hearing list and find out which hearing room they're in and go speak at the hearing that way. So getting involved is very easy. The members are very open to seeing members of the public and stopping, even just if they're walking down the hall, and getting pulled aside to say, hey, I'm so-and-so with the Nurse Practitioners Association, I want to talk to you about X, and they are very happy to hear from you and to talk to you. With any organization, the policies that the legislature sets affect you, and in some areas more than others, but certainly in the healthcare industry, there are lots of rules and regulations being passed at both the state and the federal level that affect what you do every day. So if you care about how those policies affect you, then your right and actually your obligation as a professional is to get involved and help shape the process. Legislators don't have, probably very few of them have healthcare experience of their own. So they're making the decisions based on the information that they receive during the process. And if you're not at the table, then you're not inputting into that whole process and having your positions be known. So it is very, very valuable to your profession to be engaged in the process, have your side of the story told, and be part of the whole decision making. And so in the end, you can hopefully have a role in what the outcome is and what kind of policies are shaped and how, and hopefully it'll be good for your organization in that way. The North Dakota Nurse Practitioners this year had great success passing a bill that they wanted passed. There's really two avenues. Sometimes you're fighting bills that you don't want passed, and other times you're trying to pass one yourself. So your organization effectively said, this is an important issue for us, here's how we want it changed, and took the steps to actually make those changes occur, and were successful. And that's harder than fighting a bill, actually. So that was a big win for the Nurse Practitioners Association, and I give your group a lot of credit for being so engaged and so involved in and walking through the process. What I have learned in lobbying is that the legislators are happy to hear from a lobbyist. That's fine, because at least you're engaged and it shows that an organization is engaged, and that's great. They are even more impressed when actual professionals take time out of their schedule to show up themselves and say, this is important to us, and here's why, and here's how what we're talking about has an effect every single day in our practice, and here's how it affects real patients that I have worked with myself. And so those kind of stories are something that only professionals can tell, and legislators really listen when somebody shows up, takes time out of their schedule, finds a parking place, gets a room if they're from out of town, and hikes in there and tracks down the committee room and actually takes time out of their schedule to testify in a hearing or to talk to them in the hallways or in the lunchroom. That has a major impact on legislators. They remember that, they appreciate it, and it's really an important part of the process for helping them establish the best policies as possible.